Good morning, Ravens, and welcome back to ONW Now. I'm Aubrey Berthold.
And Eva Herdig. Today's show will be featuring everything from recent clubs to a new local Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
We will also be updating you on our recent election and filling you in on all things game day. Before further ado, let's roll that intro. The Arboretum is a botanical garden community center in Overland Park.
As the fall season is setting in, the Arboretum is hosting an event that helps kids get a hands-on experience with the changing environment.
I'm coloring a leaf.
Every first Tuesday of every month, the Overland Park Arboretum hosts an event called Discovery Day.
Discovery Day actually came about when we did Discovery Kits, and it was during COVID. And the manager here at the Arboretum wanted to have something that the parents and grandparents could come and just pick up.
This event is a great opportunity for kids to come out and learn more about nature while doing fun activities.
You know, like a kit. So we would put kits together for the kiddos, and all they had to do is come and pick them up, and they could do them at home.
The Arboretum focuses on helping kids get hands-on experience with crafts and experiments.
So each month is a different activity. Catherine, who coordinates the program, tries to keep it seasonal so that there are activities that are appropriate to what's going on out here at the Arboretum.
But we also put an educational slant to it where they would learn something. For example, we did a seeding one where we had the kids plant some seeds and talked about what that seed will eventually be.
When they would come back in March or April, they could share that they had grown their own little plants.
This impacts the kids to be hands-on with nature and helps them learn about things that you would see outside.
And to be creative, to have fun, to meet new friends here at the Arboretum with the other kids that are and families that are joining us, but really just getting hands-on with nature.
This is one of the many events that the Arboretum hosts. For the Raven Network, this has been Aaron Applegate.
The Arboretum is a great way to connect with community culture. Similarly, last week, Raven Network reporter Zoriana Primavera covered ONW's Trunk or Treat fundraiser.
Following these events, Olathe Northwest is continuing community-based efforts as we enter into the month of November with our Week of Giving. Jada Lee has more information.
Trunk or Treat is an event where groups at ONW come together, making it an awesome way for kids to have fun, but also collect donations.
I think it's an awesome way to give back to the community, but also, instill in our students here at ONW that you can have fun while you're giving back to the community.
Future educators have been collecting cans annually for the past several years, with having families give either $2 or 2 cans for entry at Trunk or Treat.
As for just donating, if you miss Trunk and Treat, reach out to different pantries, like food pantries around Olathe. We've got the Salvation Army. Harvesters is always welcoming donations as well. And then see how you can participate next week during Raven Week of Giving.
In addition to the cans being donated from Trunk or Treat, ONW's Week of Giving is another chance to donate some more goods for harvesters.
The Week of Giving is when Northwest comes together through many projects to give back to the community through a canned food drive, and Stuco does the blood drive.
The canned food drive this year will be in the Commons. Students can donate, and at the end of the week, donuts will be given to the group who has the most donations.
It's important because giving back to the community is just a great thing for students to do, and this gives an easy access opportunity throughout the week for students to do that.
For the Raven Network, this has been Jada Lee.
You can participate in the can drive in the Commons next week during the Week of Giving. Shout out to senior debaters Connor Chaffin and Joseph Higgins for a highly successful debate season so far. Hannah Carney has more information on how these undefeated champions are putting in the work at state.
We've been trying to improve on that area where we've been more focused this year on lay style debate or slower, more like a debate for people who don't understand debate, mostly so we're going to some of that higher level debate this weekend.
Ocean leaving massive dead zones. We see massive impacts because of agriculture and specifically because of
Connor and Joe have already qualified for state, so now their focus is to prepare for it. They're doing this by practicing a lot, researching different debate topics, and competing at higher level competitions.
State's like a bit different than just like your regular season debate tournaments because there's like a qualification, so it's a lot harder and you get a lot of like different types of judges there, which makes it a bit different.
So we've been looking at like other people who we think are going to do well and like what argumentation they're running, and we've been like focusing on that. We're going to a DCI, which is like a college level or college style debate tournament this weekend to try to prepare for some of that like higher level argumentation that we might see in the postseason.
Debate helps teach and cultivate very important life skills such as critical thinking and public speaking.
Debate teaches you a lot of important skills like critical thinking, evaluating evidence, and public speaking that are really beneficial not just in debate or in high school, but across your life.
So I've been doing debate for 3 years. I started in my sophomore year, and I think debate's really important because it's taught me a lot of good critical thinking skills and really helped me to speak well and communicate my ideas well.
The only thing that affects biodiversity? We'll say that monoculture...
This has been Hannah Carney with the Raven Network.
Congratulations, senior debaters, and good luck at state. Debate is such an informative opportunity for students to learn valuable speaking and argumentative skills, similar to the ones that we've witnessed throughout this past year with the 2024 presidential election. Yesterday, former President Trump was elected as 47th President of the United States. He received 295 electoral college votes so far, as well as the popular vote. Harris received 226 electoral votes for the Democratic Party. We are still waiting on final results from Nevada and Arizona. And in other election news, the Republicans have now gained majority on the U.S. Senate, flipping seats for West Virginia and Ohio, giving the Republicans at least 51-seat majority. The House will still remain unannounced. Continuing on with the show, we will be tossing it on over to game day after this short message from our sponsors.
What's flocking, Ravens? Welcome back to your favorite segment, Game Day. I'm Jacob Bamtower, joined alongside
Kylie Freeman, and we have all the updates wrapping up the fall season, so without further ado, let's get into it.
This past Thursday, our football team played a spooky game against Olathe South, scaring a 44-21 game out of the Falcons.
Jalen Douglas dominated the field with 3 touchdowns, and Mason Splittenhard followed close behind with 2 of his own.
And a defensive change from former quarterback Merritt Griner, getting an interception and a pick 6.
Great job on winning their first playoff game, and be sure to support them this Friday as they go up against the Blue Valley West Jaguars.
A little Raven told me Patrick Mahomes will be there.
Speaking of star athletes, our freshman football team had a stellar season this year, finishing undefeated. Let's take it to Jacob to hear more about our Ravens.
The boys' freshman football team had an incredible season this year, going undefeated with a record of 9-0, with lots of incredible plays from incredible athletes.
Early in the summer, they just came to work every day. They worked together, they pushed each other. But a big thing was a lot of them, they held each other accountable on a day-to-day basis, so that was pretty big.
Because the boys had a stellar record this year, they have high expectations going into next year's season.
Our hopes for the freshman team is just to continue to build off that 9-0 season and to remain competitive in all their off-season stuff that they do.
All their hard work doesn't go unnoticed, and their coaches have big expectations for them and their potential.
Stay competitive, keep lifting, and then we'll see them out next year and hopefully try to replicate that at the JV and varsity levels.
The boys have been working hard to perfect their skills for next year's season. For the Raven Network, this has been Jacob Amtower.
Another big congrats to our freshman team, and good luck next year.
This past weekend, our Lady Ravens cross-country team competed at state. Let's pass it to Bryden Iderish for a recap.
Girls cross-country team has had a great season this year, qualifying for state and placing 9th overall. Really exciting. We were all excited that we were able to go for one more week and that we just proven that we are good and we're strong runners and that we can do what we want to do if we believe in ourselves.
I was really excited to have them back at state. Last year we finished 7th in the regional. And so nobody qualified to go through, and this year they were 3rd, and so the whole team got to go, and it's the first time we've gotten to take a team since 2018.
Having a close bonded team doesn't just help off the course, but also on it.
Team bonding is definitely one of the most important things about running. We spend so much time together, and we definitely couldn't have qualified if we hadn't been so close.
Having that is really useful out on a run or out on a course because it can get really difficult. And when you know you have people who are supportive of you while you are training, while you are racing, it really gives you that extra momentum to want to do well and to really push yourself for each other, not just for yourself as well.
Overall, the cross-country team placed 9th at state with outstanding performances from Allie Gillespie placing 29th and Kate Schneider placing 33rd.
Congrats on a great season, girls. Jumping over to gymnastics, let's take it over to Izzy Rothen to hear more about their results at state.
This last week, the Ravens gymnastics teams went to Shawnee Mission Northwest to compete in the 6A.
With state cheer right around the corner,
This last week, the Ravens gymnastics teams went to Shawnee Mission Northwest to compete in the 6A state meet with many new goals.
My goals were just to have fun, finish off my whole gymnastics career on a high. I've been working hard, and I really wanted to perfect my routines because I was doing easier routines than I had normally done.
And me and Sophia have been back and forth at the top of the podium all year, motivating one another.
I think we both just pushed each other to work harder. So the tiniest things could have made you either get first or second. Honestly, me and Sophia get along really well. We'd hang out outside of gym. We were just there to have fun.
Olathe Northwest ended up placing 2nd at state as a team, with Sophia Beaumont scoring 2 perfect 10s on beam and vault and placing 1st in the all-around and 1st in all her events, and Emmy Keller placed 1st on floor and 3rd in the all-around.
I was definitely most proud of beam because I did get a 10 on beam, and I've always struggled with beam. It's always been my least favorite event. Definitely floor. I feel like this year I did my first ever floor routine that I got, and I got my first floor routine in 5th grade, so getting to perform that one last time was really sentimental.
Let's see what kind of legacy they hope to leave on the program after this year.
I want to compete maybe more difficult routines in the future because my routines didn't have as much difficulty as they used to have. Went into it my senior year, I knew that no matter who I was talking to, they were my best friend, and I was going to help them no matter what. Didn't matter if they were on JV or the best girl in the gym, I was going to help them and be that person because I never got that, and I hope that the upcoming seniors follow in that footstep.
The girls just finished out their season on a high note, being named All-Sunflower League team for all their events. This has been Izzy Rothen for the Raven Network.
Staying on the topic of state cheer is only a few short weeks away. Let's send it over to our boy G-Will to learn more.
With state cheer right around the corner, I got a chance to talk to some Raven cheerleaders about their upcoming competition.
There's going to be a lot of teams that we're competing against in state.
The girls are taking feedback from the judges last year for a better result.
We're just taking a lot of the judges' input that we got last year and just the material that we got and just making it as clean and sharp as possible.
This year we're trying to build up our endurance more so that we can have energy throughout our whole routine.
Last year we didn't have a full team, and this year we have a full team.
And so we kind of are getting a look at how state will go with placing.
The girls are working on building up their endurance, and they have a full team this year.
So we really have everything we need in order to win state, so I think that there's a lot of pressure to do so. Our team especially, we're really good at being positive and lifting each other up.
The girls are very optimistic about what they can do at state this year.
Last year, winners, Mill Valley, are going to be there, so it'll be a really good scale on how we do next to them and what they look like.
Everyone's super positive. Everyone has a good mindset. Everyone's hyping each other up.
Good luck, Lady Ravens. At state cheer, this has been Gary Williams from the Raven Network. Now back to the desk.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today.
Be sure to show up to tomorrow's football game at Blue Valley West dressed in your best ski gear.
Thanks for tuning in to today's game day. This has been Jacob Amtower
and Kylie Freeman. Let's throw it back to Eva and Aubrey. Science Olympiad offers students opportunities to expand their science knowledge and prepare them for real-world job opportunities.
Aaliyah Lima has an inside look of what this club has to offer.
The way I describe Science Olympiad is like an academic track meet. So there's lots of different events and the students compete, not in every single event, but different students specialize in different events.
Science Olympiad is a club that allows students to compete with their knowledge in science.
Close enough. Oh yeah, it's like 17.
I joined Science Olympiad because I wanted to be around like-minded people who enjoy science and STEM.
It's a great opportunity to not only learn more about science, but also make connections and experience things you wouldn't get to experience in a normal class.
It depends on the person, but for me, I'm in an event called Codebusters, and that's actually led me to discover what I want to do in college, which is major in computer science. So there are a lot of different benefits.
With a team made up of returners and newcomers, they're excited to do well at state this year.
They also get to kind of flex their academic muscles, so to speak, and show off some of the stuff that you don't normally get to see in the classroom.
From the Raven Network, this has been Aaliyah Lemma.
With Netflix's new docuseries, America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders have gained increasingly more adoration this past year.
Former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader Rachel Browning has recently moved to Kansas City to start her own business, and her story is covered by Miley Fisher.
With the NFL season now in full swing, we tend to forget about all the people it takes to go into each game. We had the pleasure of interviewing Rachel Browning, a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader captain, and how her incredible experience shaped her journey back here to Kansas City.
I think the audition process and just being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader is a very refining, disciplined lifestyle, because you are dancing every day for many, many hours, and it's your responsibility to, learn the routines, come with your very best, and perform at a very high level.
The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are known as America's Sweethearts and are one of the most iconic parts of the Cowboys organization, but they contribute much more than just dancing on the sidelines.
So we do a lot of work with children's hospitals, veterans hospitals, folks in our community, anything you can think of involving like giving back to your community, you name it, we're a part of it.
After shining on the field for 4 years, she planted her roots here in Kansas City.
I love that we get 4 seasons here. You forget how beautiful fall is in Texas because it doesn't exist there. And we're both like from a place where we do get all 4 seasons. So we've loved, it's just beautiful here.
Having such inspiring individuals in our local area presents an incredible opportunity to connect with everyone. For the Raven Network, this has been Miley Fisher. Rachel is inspiring people to be confident with their goals and determined in the pursuit of them.
On that note, we hope all students have a great rest of their week. This has been Eva Herdig
and Aubrey Berthold. Raven Nation, let's fly!